How's it going, guys? Welcome to Sunday Night Tag Pro. This is the second round of the playoffs, also known as the Equidistant 8. We're going to be streaming the 30 Seconds to Mars while taking on WowSuchTeam. My name is Nebuchadnezzar. I'm going to be joined by Ball Don't Lie and the magnificent streamer Donuts42.
Hey guys, how you doing?
So I'm expecting a really close match tonight. We're going to be playing on Smirk for everything. It's going to be potentially a best of three, with the third game being only 10 minutes. And each game could potentially be decided by overtime if they're tied. Other than that, let's talk about the teams for a little bit. 30 Seconds to Mars Ball, largely considered the favorite to reach the Super Bowl out of all the East Coast teams. They've had a pretty dominant season. Any thoughts on them, Chaz?
They're led by quite a great offensive player in Legman, who's got a solid offensive partner with the Pirate, and obviously their defense with JJ Poole and Stan. Stan's been pretty impressive this season, and JJ Poole is obviously one of the best defenders as well.
Yeah, and they're going to be up against WowSuchTeam, a team that's had some roster issues. The game's going to be starting up just now as we're talking, but we've actually seen WowSuch bench himself in this game. It's going to be Real Duck joining Real Duck joining Deadnet on offense, with the defensive pairing of RB Bear and Turbo.
Yeah, I talked to the WowSuchTeam a little bit about that last week. They said that they made that decision because WowSuch isn't as good on Smirk as he is on Thinking with Portals, which kind of makes sense if you think about it. So we'll get to see Real Duck started off for us.
And to be honest, I think that over the past few weeks, while WowSuch Pro's been away, Deadnet's found himself in a much better groove with Real Duck. They've had some pretty good chemistry with each other.
Yeah, we've seen them really pick up their production and get themselves prepared for the playoffs.
We're going to see Deadnet. Yeah, we're watching. Deadnet gets a Flag Pro grab. He's going to have a chance to score here. See if he can get the blocks. Turbo can't block too. They're going to have to reset it.
We got 4 in base now.
And Deadnet takes a risky boost there. Stan and JJ have a good chance to get the flag reset, and they do. Just talking about these teams. Yeah,
that's a tough place to get returned because that really screwed over Real Duck on his way to getting out of base.
Yeah, it's a pretty known that when you have the flag, it's best to try not to die near your own base to try to give your teammate a good regrab, as Legman's gonna have a chance to be out here. Pirate gets in his way. Just as I was about to say that 30 Seconds is a team very built upon chemistry and working well with each other because they do practice a lot. But we just saw a little breakdown in team play there by the Pirate and Legman.
They have 2 tag pros electing to keep one on D and one on O. That's probably a smart thing.
Turbo mans up with that juke juice against that tag pro and has 2 really impressive returns. It's going to be interesting to see 2 defensive powerhouses in Stan and Turbo. Turbo being one of the historically great defenders, as we see Deadnet here with a chance to score.
Yeah, that was a great move to get out of base. But once again, he's got all 4 in front of him.
Yeah, we've seen in these first 2 minutes some difficulties by Legman and Pirate to get out of base, even with their power-ups. As Road Luck gets that regrab, and a nice move. Stan. Can he get another move to get by Legman here? Ooh, finds the spike. This has been a pretty one-sided affair so far, but Stan will try to change that. See if he can get an angle out. Real Duck uses that juke juice well to get a return. This could be ugly for 30 seconds if JJ can't use that tag pro correctly. But I think they'll be okay. That tag pro might just save them.
That man very patient with the flag, waiting on that boost.
Yeah, and he's going to be out. Returns for Cap, but Legman not in any real danger. Now it might be a chance on the other side if if Real Duck can't stay alive. And now we're seeing some opening of the play as both teams get the regrab trains going. We'll see who can get the first reset and who can control the power-ups as they spawn in about 15 seconds. And Turbo gets that nice reset. Real Duck's got only 1 beat now.
Oh, a nice boost.
Yeah.
Making Stan look ridiculous.
Yeah. The 30 seconds. Tomorrow's Ball doing a good job of being conservative on their offensive D, not giving up any caps, even though the WowSuchTeam has had multiple opportunities.
Good
And
fake by
Deadman with the
Deadman
rolling.
coming into base.
Almost was able to get JJ on that, but JJ's going to be out. Oh, JJ jukes Real Duck into a spike, making him look silly, but then JJ finds a spike on a boost for himself.
Legman looks like he's going to be out top.
Yeah. And Turbo's in front of him, but Legman uses that boost smartly to give himself some room. Real Duck uses the team tiles to get that return, though. If RB Bear can't make a move here, this could be a good chance. Oh, couldn't quite turn that corner with the block. See if they can. No, Turbo shuts it down with that return. And Real Duck's out top. This is a stay alive situation for Stan. Oh, but JJ Pool makes a great play with those team tiles to get ahead.
Yeah, those can be tricky to get by.
Yeah, definitely a tight play when you go top there. You got the guy on the team tiles chasing after you. And there's a rolling bomb on the right. Tag Pro taken mid by Lagman. This is a dangerous situation. If Deadman can't get out here, yeah,
this could be
gonna be the first cap.
Wow.
Stan comes through. You got to credit that to Legman with that great Tag Pro, forcing WowSuchTeam to get some grabs, which they took advantage of.
Legman's past 4.
Yeah,
if he doesn't mess up the boost.
And JJ with a great play there to force Deadman to take a boost he didn't want to take, and it actually forced him into a spike, something that I know JJ loves to do while he's harassing by that team boost. And I really enjoy watching JJ play defense on this map from the boost as Pirate gets out here. And it's going to be another cap.
Another
3
easy
straight
cap.
caps. After some pretty dominant play, to be honest, in the first few minutes, it seems like the WowSuchTeam got a little impatient there. 30 seconds, get a few quick regrab trains, get some cap chains that even though they thought they were in control, all of a sudden they weren't.
Yeah, they played it. They started off a little bit slow with WowSuch starting off pretty quickly, and then it kind of changed the tide a little bit when that first cap happened.
Yeah, and Real Duck with a great play there to prevent a cap. Really would have expected him to get blocked out there with three enemies right around him. Oh, and Real Duck with a 6 split. And he's going to have a chance to get rewarded with a cap here. Deadman get this block. Oh, that would have been beautiful, but JJ follows up with that team boost of his own.
Couldn't ask for a better block from Deadman there.
Yeah, and JJ's out past 4 if they can get a return. Doesn't look like it's going to come.
Smart decision by Turbo not to take the boost.
Yeah, very aware that his team did not have a regrab set up. And Real Duck forces that. This could be a cap here. Oh, Real Duck misses that block on Pirate, though. That really should have been a cap. So those are the little plays that are going to come back to bite you if you can't convert those kind of caps.
Absolutely.
And Legman with the rolling bomb from mid. See what he can do with it. His teammate Flaccid's pretty uneventfully without waiting for him. I guess that might have been a defender trying to get back on defense. And a good hold by Pirate to give Legman an angle out top. Boost in.
Nobody fighting for button, but they're able to get the return.
It's slightly risky not to leave that button unguarded, but with 2 up clogging that top choke point, they had a pretty decent position to get that return. Deadman's going to have a chance
Dangerous
to get here. JJ got a little lucky there that Turbo didn't get that button for him. Pretty unexpected play. Probably made the right decision. And they managed to, WowSuchTeam managed to get a reset on defense, and they'll see if they can make something out of it here as Deadman's out top. JJ's got a tight from base, though. It's going to be very challenging.
30 seconds, I think it's worth mentioning that 30 seconds has been dominating the putt battle, at least from what I've seen.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've seen actually very few really good opportunities for WowSuchTeam to take advantage of power-ups because they've been giving up at least 2 out of 3 almost every round. Now, no regrab is set up for the 30 seconds, excuse me. They can get this second return here. This could be a good chance
Pirate
to cap.
trying to kiss.
Deadman almost hits that snipe. RB Bear's going to have to contain here. They have that Tag Pro. They don't need to force it.
All day.
There we go. JJ pulled with like a slight nub step there. He slightly got nub stepped. I feel like he could have been able to get on that flag tile, but anyway, it's a cap. Very well worked with that patience to take advantage of that tag pro.
That was great flag carrying from Turbo.
Yeah, not really known as a great offensive player, but showing us some versatility here.
Real Duck with a nice boost.
Yeah, I mean mechanically, I think that Real Duck and Deadman might be like on par, or I would say the entire team might be on par. It's going to come down to whether they can use the teamwork and chemistry to try to match the great chemistry that the 30 Seconds to Mars Ball have.
Mm-hmm.
Deadman in a tough spot there. Real Duck will try to get this handoff, but it's not going to work out. Stan's got that. Oh, excuse me. Real Duck does a nice move there. Almost split him again.
Almost turned something out of nothing there.
Yeah, it looked really bleak, but made it interesting at least. Power-up battles, then it ends up with a juke juice.
Somehow stole that away from both.
You see the offense of the 30 Seconds to Mars Ball really committing to power-ups, just leaving the flag unattacked for 15, 20 seconds to prioritize getting those power-ups.
I think that speaks to how important power-ups are on this map, especially.
Oh yeah, it's really difficult to get things going on offense and convert caps if you're not taking advantage of power-ups. We're going to get both sides reset here. See how long that'll last.
Probably less than 5 seconds, considering that's how long the game lasts.
And as the half ends, the 30 Seconds to Mars Ball are going to take it 3-1 off a really impressive cap chain.
Interesting to note that WowSuchTeam had a much longer hold time between their two flag carriers, while 30 Seconds had less time but more caps.
Yeah, I mean, it was really interesting. It seemed like there was really only one period where 30 Seconds to Mars Ball were getting a lot of good scoring chances all in a row. But for like pretty much the entire rest of the game, it felt like the momentum was in favor of the WowSuchTeam, but the scoreboard does not reflect that at all.
Absolutely.
We'll see if they can convert that momentum into some more caps, if they can break down the offensive defense of 30 Seconds.
Looks like Real Duck's moved out of red, and they're going to substitute WowSuch Pro.
WowSuch Pro trying to make something out of this game where they're already down by 2 caps. I don't know if there's a problem with lag with Real Duck, or if he chose to be sad, or if WowSuch really just wanted a chance.
Yeah, all things considered, I thought he played pretty well, but maybe WowSuch just feels he gives their team a better shot.
I think he played really well, but I think there were also some questionable decisions made by their offense that led to most of their caps. But I would say for 75% of that last half, it seemed like the WowSuchTeam was really in control. It's just the way the Tag Pro is, a few small mistakes can have such a huge impact on a game.
Totally agree.
3, 2, 1.
We'll see power-up battles here. Both teams getting a Tag Pro. We'll see who can boost it in for that juice mid. WowSuch just barely getting there first. And the Tag Pro's kiss. I'm not really surprised by that. Usually when you get a Tag Pro, your first instinct is to boost across to try to kill. But fortunately, it was a null and void.
They will get an opportunity here.
And I think that's a mistake by Pirate in grabbing before the Tag Pro was really like in position. And that's going to result in WowSuch being out and getting a first regrab chain.
Nice use of the wall there by WowSuch.
Yeah, force JJ into a spike.
Does it again with Stan. Oh. Well, that was almost impressive.
Oh, that's a poor decision there.
Yeah, have to wait for regrab.
Forcing the issue when really he had nothing to gain by it. Four players in front of him and he takes a blind boost. Not what you want to see.
Legman with a nice move, but Turbo getting the quick snipe.
And power-up battles across the map here. 2 out of 3 go to WowSuchTeam. RB with a rolling bomb on defense, though, probably won't be so effective. And poorly used tag pro there. This is going to result in a chance for Legman. Almost used that juice to get a split there, but the spawning Dead Nan came in for the save. WowSuch might have a chance to get out here if Dead Nan can throw a block or two.
Trying to go top, seeing if Deadman can get the button, but it's not going to happen.
Seemed like a little miscommunication of whether they wanted Dead Nan to be blocking Stan there or going for the button. There's definitely a lot of different options on this map for support offense.
Sure.
Oh, and Legman's going to be out past 3 now. It was a great play on the button by Pirate.
WowSuch fighting for that button.
And then force him in.
Maybe able to make the play.
That was
Great
a poor
play.
decision. Poor decision by Legman. He should have trusted his teammates to block the button. But, I mean, past 3, in theory, that should be a cap every time. But instead he went for that tight choke point, and WowSuch was fortunate enough to have the FC run right at him.
I think that may have been sort of his line of thinking, was that he was past 3, so maybe just play it safe instead of accidentally spiking, but you're absolutely right. I think you probably should have just gone top.
I think it's a question of communication there, of whether you have to have your blockers telling you, like giving you instructions of how safe the base is and what the safest route into base is. WowSuch almost got to that boost there, but Stan, trailing behind, managed to catch up. Stan with a nice 1-1 return there. Legman will have a chance if Pirate can get him out.
Not a great grab by Deadman.
Yeah, it was a little questionable. But I can understand why down 2 caps you'd want to be trying to force the issue.
Still a lot of time left for WowSuch, though.
Definitely. Especially considering they've been pretty on par in terms of like skill and momentum this game. I feel like they really haven't been getting outplayed. They just made a few key mistakes.
2 tag pros here for... Wow, 3 tag pros for 30 seconds to Marbles Ball.
If they have... he's got to be out. JJ with that type pro. Oh, WowSuch is fortunate again to have a great position to cut off the FC. Those type pros are going to be running out pretty soon. If they could weather the storm without letting the flag get past mid when they had 3 type pros, that's really impressive, and they do. And you see a lot of Dead Nan and WowSuch going for grabs without their teammate anywhere to help them. And I think that's a big difference between these 2 teams, is that WowSuchTeam relies very much on raw skill, while 30 Seconds has been so successful this season by putting a system in where they trust each other and they work together very well.
That's a good point. And I mean, a lot of times, you see these drafts before the season started, everyone was hyping up WowSuch's draft as one of the best drafted teams in the league, and you don't know for sure if these offensive players are going to be able to mesh well together.
I think a lot of that had to do with people. I mean, no disrespect to Rambo, but I honestly think that people were overrating him a little bit going into the season, expecting the Turbo Rambo combo to be something that it really isn't anymore.
Sure.
And WowSuch past 3 here. Can Turbo get this last block? Pirate's going to probably grab, but Stan catches up as well. This is probably not going to result in a cap unless WowSuch can do something spectacular.
He tries his best, but RB Bear's going to pick up the re-grab.
I get that re-grab training. The note I was trying to make as Dead Nan forces RB Bear into a spike. The note I was trying to make was that I think a lot of credit needs to be given to JJ Poole and Legman for drafting and running a team that really, they practice all the time. They're really always on the same page with each other, and I think that's the main reason why they're as dominant as they are. Full credit to Stan and Legman for being just all-star caliber players, but at the end of the day, I think their system is what makes them so dangerous.
Yeah, and a lot of unselfish play from 30 Seconds to Mars Ball has made them so deadly.
Yep, but they lost out on a power up here, and it's going to let them get out, but they catch up very nicely. Pirate had a tight pro base anyway, so it probably wouldn't have resulted in a cap. This game has been very, very touch and go. Hasn't been a whole lot of really good scoring chances for either team.
Yeah, a lot of, like you said, one-on-one grabs for WowSuchTeam. They really need to start working together, and that's going to start right here, hopefully, with this button play.
Mm-hmm. There was 2 on defense, though. Oh, they let him take the boost, though. He's going to be past 3, maybe. Can they get the block on Pirate? Oh, it's going to be a cap. They're
Great
down just
block.
one now. 2, still in favor of 30 seconds, but the momentum right now is very much in favor of WowSuchTeam. This could be an upset in the making in this first game if they can keep this momentum.
Absolutely, still plenty of time. Then trying to make something happen with that juke juice. Able to juke JJ Poole on the team tiles.
Yeah, Pirate's going to cut down on that boost, but Denon's going to have an opportunity here if they can get this return on JJ. He's going to be out top, though. Good hold by Stan on that button.
WowSuch coming off of a regrab to get the button preemptively for JJ Poole boosting in, but JJ Poole was stopped by RB Bear.
JJ Poole smartly using that spike as just a buffer, really preventing RB from making any move on him. Turbo is going to come up and get that return, but Legman should have an angle out.
This could be an opportunity.
Oh, Turbo almost made that return. That would have been
Still
a huge play. Yeah, Deadman had plenty of time sitting on that in a return per cap situation. We'll see what they can do here. This is still a pretty good opportunity for WowSuch, to be honest.
Oh,
there's
chance
a flash
for
that
cap
can
here.
get the block.
If you can get the block.
Oh, it's a tie game. Another cap by WowSuch. And honestly, I think the decision to put WowSuch in is going to be seen as a pretty intelligent one based on the results thus far. But there's still 2.5 minutes left. Really, anything can happen at this point.
Man, boosting past 2.
And we'll see. I don't know.
A risky boost by Turbo.
I don't know when the last time 30 seconds was really in this tight of a game was. I don't know what their mindset is right now after having given up a few caps.
Pirate smartly waiting for regrab from Legman.
Yep. And I would expect Turbo and RB to be a little bit more aggressive, but I can also understand why they want to protect the caps they just earned to try to preserve that tie. Legman might try to force it here. He will. He really wants that win. And it's going to work out as Pirate's going to get on regrab anyway, but there's just too many ahead of him. It seems like both teams really don't want to go for that killing blow. They're really fine with just being patient. But Legman has a rolling here. They're going to have to make some kind of play to prevent a cap. WowSuch makes a juke out. JJ has a juke juice on him, though. It's a return for cap, but it's not there yet. You would have liked to see JJ be a little bit more aggressive.
And a dangerous grab.
Yeah, it's a pretty not the kind of grab you want to see Deadman make there. And this could work out for Pirate. WowSuch boosting in, though.
Again.
Oh, and this could be a cap the other way.
Now they're past 3.
Potential counter cap. JJ spikes himself. He's past 3 still. Can they get this block on Legman? It's 1-on-1. Off the back wall. Oh, poorly executed
great
boost.
Play by Legman.
And now another counter cap
3.
opportunity. That's going to be a cap for Legman. 4-3.
Unbelievable turn of
30
events.
seconds to Mars ball. Back and forth. All of a sudden, this game has opened up. Both teams pulling out all the stops to try to pull out this game 1.
It was the dreaded counter cap, as someone in the comments mentioned.
Yeah. Not much you can prevent, and more flaccid grabs. That's Deadman again with a poor decision there, but it won't really hurt him. Oh, but this one might. Turbo making a risky grab, but Deadman gets
just
juked.
Can't sneak by.
Pirates pass 3 and they have a tag pro. This could spell the end of the hopes for WowSuchTeam to make a comeback here, as the lead is now 2 once again for 30 seconds.
And then with some quick moves, but can't get past that third defender.
And with only 15 seconds left, that's got to be the end of it here. It came down to that one play. WowSuch had that boost in, but he just caught too much of that wall. And that's going to end it.
Oh, man.
That's a tough way to lose your first game if you're WowSuchTeam. But I think they found a winning formula in having WowSuch and Deadman out there together.
Absolutely. They can definitely build off of that going into game 2.
Yeah.
They definitely got some momentum at the end of that half.
Yeah, there were definitely just a few twists away from having a lead there and potentially stealing that first game. Looking at the stats, you see Turbo and WowSuch leading the way. Both very impressive.
Absolutely.
And we'll see if 30 seconds make any adjustments. And I know they won that first game, but there was definitely some times where it seemed like anybody could have pulled away, no doubt. So Donut's just informed us that his microphone is not actually transmitting through his stream. So yeah, he hasn't been commentating with us, but there have been some things he's added which have unfortunately not been transmitted to our audience. And credit again to Donuts for the beautiful logo you see on your screen there for WowSuchTeam.
It's a work of art.
It is.
Legman asking for a few minute break.
I think we can definitely oblige that. That was a pretty intense first game, to be fair. I wouldn't hold it against them to be pretty amped up about it. Pretty
The second half
disappointed,
was
sure.
especially exciting. I mean, when WowSuch came into the game, I was a little bit surprised just because of the decision, but it ended up working out in their favor. And although they fell short, they definitely have some momentum to build off of.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see if anything looks different in the way that the teams are playing in the next game, if any adjustments are made. I think we definitely saw a lot of poor decisions made by WowSuchTeam in the last closing minutes of that half. That could have easily preserved that tie. It could be easily be in overtime right now, but just didn't quite work out.
So getting an update, it looks like Ghost Boosters and Reptiles are in overtime of their game, with the Ghost Boosters up 1-0 in overtime.
Yeah, I think some people get mad about spoilers, so I'm not going to go into detail about what's happening, but it's definitely an interesting game going on over there as well. But certainly not on the level of action we saw in that last half. Geez.
No, absolutely, that was quite a half.
Mm-hmm. Still waiting on some bathroom breaks or what have you for this game to start back up. Looks like WowSuch will be staying out there for the third half.
Yeah, that's probably the smartest decision. Honestly, I wouldn't hate seeing a lineup of Real Duck and WowSuch Pro just to see if they can get things going even more.
Mm-hmm.
But I doubt we'll see that, as Deadman's one of the premier offensive players in the league.
Yeah, definitely had a very impressive season thus far. Legman says he's ready. We'll see if WowSuch can say the same. All right. Oh, I don't know if WowSuch was ready. Oh, okay. I didn't read it. Okay, you're fine. You're fine.
And before they can hear you.
It would be funny. Oh, please. Don't inflate Ron Sponson's ego any more than necessary. If you didn't hear Donuts just now, he was talking about the get on that button quote.
3, 2, 1.
Anyway, we're going to start off here. The advantage on power-ups is going to go to WowSuchTeam as they get a Juju's compared to the rolling bomb for the Pirate. And it may be
able to get that mid-pup.
Pirate actually works out okay. Kills the offense coming in using that rolling bomb. But can't make any use of that Juju's like man couldn't. We'll see who can make the first blow here as Pirate uses that handoff. If he can get past it, it'll be past 3. Good defense though by Turbo and RB Bear as they'll get the reset.
Like, man, with patience on the bottom boost. Oh, tough grab.
Yeah, Pirate's gonna go for this one-on-one against RB Bear. Gonna try to force the issue, but Turbo on the respawn will catch up to him.
Legman's going to wait for that pup, and now we see both teams heading for the pups.
Yep. Definitely a commitment by both teams. Both are aware of the importance of power-ups, as we talked about earlier. And Legman's going to get a rolling grab here, immediately defuse, but they have a tag pro helping. It's going to be out top. Can they get them on a dead end? No, this is going to result in a kiss. And I don't really know who benefited most from that kiss. Seems pretty balanced as of now. JJ gets out, and the WowSuch team can't. So that answers that question. But Turbo with a nice angle to curve around that spike and get that return.
WowSuch with a nice boost.
Arby's going to get returned there by Pirate, and we're all square again. Reset. This is very, very close. Both teams are putting a lot of pressure on each other.
Great defensive play from Stan there.
Yep. Legman seems to be being pretty aggressive there. Him and Pirate both trying to force the issue against Turbo. Turbo doing a pretty decent job.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of impatientness from Legman.
Yeah. And Deadnet's going to end up with a juke juice on offense here and a pretty open grab with it. And this could be a chance, unless JJ can make a beautiful boost as he does to prevent a good scoring opportunity. That's a big play.
He's made a couple of those plays today.
Yeah. Very reliable when it comes to boost defending, and he just had a pretty fortunate one there. 3 straight boost returns for JJ Pool, making it look easy out there. I can assure you that it is not.
Turbo with nice defensive read on Legman.
Yeah, we're seeing both these defenses really go all in, putting their best efforts out. Obviously, Smirk a defensive map, but they're really making all the plays they need to against pretty top quality offenses. And Pirates can have a chance to hold his button here. Oh, Legman with a little stutter step on the gate.
Smiley not going top and realizing that RB Bear was up there waiting.
Yeah, and the WowSuch team's gonna be able to get their bearings straight. Oh, a good attempt on that rolling to maybe send the MC into a spike. If you caught that.
Past 3.
Yeah. And now we're gonna see it open up into a regrab chain. We'll see who can get a good return first. The return for Cap situation for a second there for WowSuch, but the return did not come. And now it's a return for Cap for Legman.
A kiss here would be good.